Radio! WCAR 97.43 Comic Anime Radio. Welcome to the first politically incorrect news broadcast in history, folks. Now it's time to keep the fat cats fat by having you little fishies stay happy, if you know what I'm saying. I'm your host, Comic Anime's Trey, or Cat, if you will. So I was thinking, and a-wondering, and a-pondering, what would be a nice start to my show, as well as a good end of the year? Then I figured, why not recap? And recap I shall, kiddies. Ah, yes, for some of you, the beginning of this year was especially interesting. Why? Because of the Chilean Civil War, of course. Well, I'm not sure you can say it was much of a war since it ended a couple months later when the former president of Chile committed suicide. If that was not interesting enough, well, I also got a new queen that same month. Yes, Queen Liliuokalani, or however the heck you pronounce that, is the new face of Hawaii, although the U.S. English government is making some import-export deals, so it'll probably just feel like we're sharing the same state with England. I can only wait to see how that might end. If I had to take a guess, it would end something kind of like bang, 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 bang. Speaking of the good old British, let's now take a moment of silence in remembrance for the SS Utopia and the HMS Hansen. You see, kiddies, the SS Utopia was a British steamship that crashed into the HMS Anson on March 17th. Not much is known other than 564 people lost their lives in Gibraltar Harbor that very day. Not to mention this came 3 days after what is now being referred to as the Mafia incident. I am sure you all heard of the murder of David Hennessy last year. Well, for those of you that did not, here's the short version.
David C. Hennessy was shot on his way home one late October night. Police charged 19 Italian mobsters suspected for the crime.
However, when the trial actually came around, somehow they each ended up all getting acquitted. Now, it does not take a genius to realize that does not sit well with the general public. So, March 14th, exactly one day after their acquittal, 11 of the Italian mobster men were all lynched by the townsfolk. Today's prediction, violence with a chance of bloodshed. Tune in for your 5-day forecast. I'm not even lying here. There were rumors of bodies being strung from the nearby tree branches. Sounds like the South is still crazy if you ask me.
You can't say that on air.
Why not?
It might offend some of the viewers.
A completely opinionated radio show that might offend some people. Why does that sound surprising to you? Technical difficulties. Please hold. So, I was told to move to a different topic. Something friendlier to the younger listeners. Then, I was handed a picture of Coney Island. My guess is my producer wants me to talk about the new invention, the incline elevator, made by one Jesse W. Reno. It's just a bunch of stairs that move up or down depending on how you switch them. If you're at all thinking that sounds familiar, that is because in 1859, Nathan Ames had drawn plans for his revolving stairs, which is based along the same principle. Unfortunately, we did not have the technology at the time to support it. In the end, the plans just ended up collecting dust to dust. And now Jesse has his copywritten under his own name. Some of you probably just thought, well, what the bleep is a copyright? Well, as of March 3rd, anything you copyright is now your sole property. Yep, meaning no one can claim that Wrigley brand baking soda was their idea. That, or what I'm now going to call the soundboard, after I have Elizabeth help me work out some of the kinks. Ain't that right, Lizzie?
She's not here.
She's not here?
We had to send her home. She was too sick to continue.
Sick? Well, that's just too bad. I really knew she wanted to be on here for the first broadcast ever. Oh well. Hey Elizabeth, if you're listening, get well soon. The guy taking over your place is a complete and total idiot.
What?
Technical difficulties.
It's the rapper. Testing. 1, 2, 3. It's the new cans and the capital P. Just happy to be alive and strive for my dreams. Go to the birthday party, chocolate cake and ice cream. Nightmares are like nice dreams. Fighting is mean, it's not good for my team.
no, don't turn on the mic, you stupid bastard.
Picking up trash, clean up the grass so my neighborhood can last. Always make sure I pay attention in class. Invent my paragraphs, practice my math. It's pretty simple. Young pups have fun. Sometimes I wonder, why do people have guns? I don't know. How did I become a son? Just questions kids ask. How come when you run you get tired fast?
Sorry about that, folks. But don't worry, we got everything sorted out, didn't we?
Why don't you just go bum yourself, Trey?
See? Best friends. Now, anyway, why don't we get back to what I was saying, and I'm not using my news voice. Now, let us continue on to international news. To you more avid readers, when Sir Arthur Conan Doyle's new Sherlock Holmes short story hit the Strand magazine June 25th, it was the best day ever. I know it's certainly placed in my top 5 since I've been reading these things like a freaking madman. The only thing more earth-shattering was Japan's earthquake 2 months ago. An 8.0 on the Richter scale, a killer 7,000, and a creator of a 3-meter fault line. This thing was big news. Until Asteroid 323, the first ever photographed asteroid, came into play.
I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but we're running out of time.
What? Already?
Yeah, so if you could please just hurry it up.
Just 5 more minutes?
Yeah, that's fine.
Well, we are almost out of time here, so I need to finish up the news. Now, I know our neighbors to the north would be not one bit happy if I forgot to mention their new Prime Minister, which would be a bad thing. I like Canadians. Their bacon and syrup's pretty good. Especially together. Oh, breakfast of champions. Well, this champ anyway. So, as of June 16th, John Abbott is officially Canada's 3rd Prime Minister. Some of you probably just thought, Abbott, I know that name. And no, John Abbott is not at all related to Emma Abbott. Emma Abbott, also known as the People's Prima Donna, sadly passed away this last January from illness. It is a shame. I would have loved to have her on the show. Ask her what being in the opera is like. Or why she filed that restraining order against me, since it obviously was not me, but my evil twin.
Okay, now I've tried apologizing to you for what happened. I don't know what else you want.
I want to be able to go to the music hall again.
Hey, I tried admitting to the music hall incident.
Yeah, but they don't believe me, though. They just think I'm you trying to weasel his way back in.
I'll just continue the show already.
Okay, we are on the home stretch finally. Now, about a week or so ago, I put up a bunch of posters around every place I could possibly think of, asking you generous folks at home to send me in some questions for me to answer on air. First one is from Anonymous. Ooh, wow, nice name. Come up with it yourself. He writes, I am currently living at my mother-in-law's place after my wife burned our house down after she tried cooking. What should I do? Well, first, I do not believe in this stupid idea of a woman's place being in the kitchen or anything like that. So you already made your first mistake by coming to me. Second, this seems like the perfect time to take her out to a fancy restaurant and treat her like a proper lady. Also, don't forget to apologize, because third, stop blaming your wife for your own stupid mistakes. Seriously, I can smell the bacon fat off this thing. Alright, and the next letter is from Eric from Mankato University. Hey, I wonder if he reads The Student. He writes, Hey, I'm thinking about going into the radio business myself. Do you have any pointers? Yes, it is a tough job with many competitive broadcasters who will crush you like a bug if you go against him. I mean them. I'm just joking, ya. Sure, come on, the more the merrier. Radio is for the people, by the people. So in a sense, it's extremely patriotic. Anyway, that's all the time I have for today, folks. Tune in tomorrow morning. Hopefully Elizabeth will be feeling a little bit better so she can be on the show. Thanks for listening. I'm Kat, and remember, fight for a better tomorrow.